The Gadget Guru Andy Pard. You're watching the VOG.net. I'm here in North Canton, Ohio at Bair's Polaris Victory, and here with me is RoBrown, otherwise known as Rob. Now, Rob is the coordinator of the zoo crew, and the reason we're here, you know how we do VOG meetups, it's when an area starts to grow and has an organized riding group and it's getting bigger and bigger, I like to come up and support the crew, and in this case it's the zoo crew. And I got to tell you, Rob has done an excellent job of coordinating his group up here. How many members you have up here so far?
We're up to 30 now.
And you just started this, it hasn't been that long ago.
It was like March of last year, so yeah, it's pretty new.
Yeah. And you know, you've grown tremendously. You get more and more people showing up, and here at Bair's today, I think, you know, we could be expecting maybe 30, 40 members plus their pastures. We can end up with 50, 60 people or so.
It would be a guarantee if the weather was a little more cooperative, but we have our first rainy day in a week here, so.
Well, it's the first day of fall, and you know, it's coming up near 60 degrees, so it's a nice riding day. It's definitely a day you want to ride gear. Now, let's start off. Why don't you tell me about your bike?
It's a 2007 Victory Kingpin. It's a premium edition with basically chrome everything on it, and I actually bought the bike about a year and a half ago. I got it on right near Father's Day last summer, and whenever I bought it, I wanted this color scheme, and it was kind of hard to find. This bike actually came from Montana, and I bought it sight unseen and had it shipped to Ohio so I could pick it up. So,
well, you know, when you look at the color scheme on this bike, your first thought is, I know mine was, because I wasn't really following Victory's back in 07, that this is a custom paint job, but it's not. Wasn't this part of the Victory custom paint program?
Yes, it was. It was. There were, I think, 3 colors in 07 that were special ordered colors, and this was one of the combinations.
Okay. So what's your thought of the Kingpin? I guess, you know, to put this in proper perspective, what were you riding before?
I had a Yamaha, or a V-Star 650 is what I had before this one. So.
And what led you toward Victory and the Kingpin?
Realistically, it was the look, and I wanted an American bike, and my wife was pretty stern in saying I wasn't buying a Harley, so.
She just didn't want you in the mold, or what? Why would she say that?
Well, the main reason is we did a bike ride, and there was a lot of Harley riders there, and they kind of weren't very complimentary of my bike because it was a Japanese bike, and she just looked at me and said, I don't care what bike you have, but it's not going to be a Harley. So,
you know, that's interesting, coming from a woman's point of view, that she doesn't want you to get involved with the attitude. And I don't want, you know, if people to think I'm a Harley hater. I've owned 3 Harleys. I absolutely respect them. I've enjoyed them. But, you know, you do see that, and, you know, at the size that Victory's at now, you really don't see it that way.
No, and quite frankly, you know, I like the size of the bike. I like the fact that there isn't one in every street corner. I mean, that was one of the things that attracted me to it as well. And, you know, I like the big fenders and everything that come with the Kingpin. I just thought it was a beautiful bike. So
the Kingpin, it also delivers, as many people reported, a very smooth ride, the inverted forks, and, you know, it just seems to be great for whether it's around town or for taking trips on.
Well, I did ride it to AVR this year, and my butt was a little sore the first day, but once I broke it in, it was pretty good. So,
now, what sort of mods have you done to it?
What have I done to it? Really, about all I've done to it since I bought it was I put Throttle Meister on it. Because I wanted to get a throttle lock before I went to the AVR, and I didn't like the big contraptions that attach to the side of the handlebar, so I like this because you just twist the bar end and that locks the throttle down. I did that, and I put the cheese wedges on it from Barracuda Customs.
You know, I saw those. That's a really nice job.
Yeah, actually I met Steve at AVR, and you know, the price it's incredibly affordable to get done. It looks great, and it really gives the bike a custom look for really not a lot of money.
Now, what does that symbolize there, or is it just playing off the color scheme of the bike?
Well, my keychain is a dragon. My wife works at a Chinese restaurant, and my keychain's a dragon. So whenever we went to the AVR and was talking to Steve, I said, I'd like to get something with a dragon on it or something like that. And he sent me probably 20 different pictures of dragons, and the one that I went with here, the shape of it and everything really matches the Cosmic Flame job on the bike. So I thought it was a really cool combination. So all he did was he just added the colors that we needed to add to have it match up to the bike and printed it out, and it was a really, really easy process. So
Now, do you think you're going to keep this bike for a while?
till I'm not riding anymore. Well, there's three things that can happen. I'm either too old to ride, I wreck the bike, or my wife makes me sell it.
But you're happy with it. And I got to tell you, it looks brand new. I mean, I don't know if you sat down there and just really detailed the bike, but the bike is gorgeous.
Oh, well, thank you. And no, I don't. I wash it and dry it. I wax it about once a year. I wash it usually about once a month. I mean, I washed it after we got back from AVR. I haven't washed it since, and that was middle of August. So it's just a really nice bike. It's not hard to take care of, actually. So, and I got really fortunate because it was a used bike, but if you look at it, the paint job's spotless on it. I mean, it's absolutely perfect.
Now, do you have any advice for somebody who's doing the same thing you did, who might have an import bike and is considering making a jump to a pre-owned Victory? Any advice that you would have from somebody who just went through that?
My main advice is, and really regardless of what bike you buy, if you're going to buy a used bike, try to find one that's got the accessories on it that you already want, at least the major stuff, pipes, windshield, those kinds of things, because it's very expensive to buy, and quite frankly, you pay pennies for it on the dollar whenever it's already mounted on the bike. So that's what I did, and I got a pretty good deal on it. There's a lot of aftermarket parts on my bike that, quite frankly, I didn't have to pay for because it was already on there. So that would be my best advice.
That's really good advice. I know when some people are selling their bikes, they try to take off the accessories, but sometimes the accessories aren't usable or people don't want to sell it, and you do save a lot of money when buying pre-owned. Well, Rob, I want to tell you, I really appreciate everything that you've done for the people in your area, for the VOG members, and in coordinating. I know it's not an easy job, and I know the VOG's not perfect of setting up ways to communicate with your members, but you've really done a good job of rallying the troops up here.
Thank you very much.
And I just want to say thank you. Any last words?
No, not really. Just if you get a chance to get out and ride, go do it. So why stay home whenever you can be on the bike?
Again, thanks for coordinating this with Bears, and it's been a pleasure meeting you.
All right, thank you.
For the VOG.net, I'm the Gadget Guru Andy Parr, and I'll see you on the road and online.